Champion! Apologies for the intrusion. I am Paladin Marith of Meridia's Order. High Priestess Alara has sent me to find you and request your help. Please, follow me to our sanctum. Really? Just like that? I expected you to question me a little more. Never mind. I'll escort you to the sanctum. The sanctum isn't too far. I don't expect us to lose each other, but I'll mark it on your map, just in case. Well, here we are. Alara is up front.
Carice, are you keeping up with your studies?
Here we are. I follow Arch-Paladin Larison and stop any who prey on mortals and our dead. That, and I protect initiates and acolytes when they're traveling to the cities. Stop them falling into caves and that sort of thing.
You should have seen me at the height
Boring,
of my
mostly.
adventuring career. I was fearless and took too many risks.
Well,
But that's
I'd
what
wager
it was
you
all
know
about.
Meridia better than most. We follow her command and decree, destroying all she considers to be unnatural. Being the Daedric Prince of Life, many of us also dedicate ourselves to the healing and health of others. The Sanctum is a place of worship, divinity, sanctuary, and protection. I hope that sums it up well enough. Alara is better at giving that speech than I am.
Of course, High Priestess. In fact, Velteth believes he has located a lost text.
This is wondrous news. Our Lady will be pleased. And I'm sure she will be proud of your work. I know I am.
Thank you, High Priestess. That means a lot to me.
Well, well, well. If it isn't Meridia's new champion, it's an honor. Champion of Meridia, I have something to ask of you. Champion, may I first of all say it is an honor to make your acquaintance. I'm Alara, High Priestess of Meridia's Order, and her sanctum here in Skyrim. We require the assistance of Our Lady's champion, but, if I may, it would be an honor to witness why Our Lady chose you. A small test of trust, if you will. We've received word that a necromancer has taken up residence in Solitude. Usually, I dispatch one of our paladins under the protection of Meridia to purge the evil from the city, but these are uncertain times. To be truthful, Our Lady has not spoken to us in, well, a long time. I can't risk one of my people, and I hear you have a reputation for this work. This necromancer has been practicing their vile arts in the Hall of the Dead, defiling corpses and violating the sanctity of death. Exterminate them with the full spite of Meridia's power, then return to me. I'm sending Paladin Marith with you. She will observe you. Not that I won't trust your word, but it's better to be sure.
Something the matter? I'm happy to help if I can. Oh, I must have let that one slip out. I'll tell you if you promise not to tell Alara that I brought it up. She can be difficult when you go against her word. Not too long ago, Larison and I intercepted a group of the malevolent necromancers. They were masquerading as farmers in Rorikstead. They spotted us, and I knew that they would recognize us. We wouldn't have another chance to wipe them out. So, we did what we had to. Of course, this meant that we didn't
I've
have
seen
time
enough
to
death
explain the
to last
situation
three
to the guards.
Yet
They
I
swing
never
first
tire of
and
a good
ask
fight.
questions later.
What do you make of
To
that?
cut a long story short, Alara had to spend a fortnight making it up to the Jarl, providing her services as a healer to the hold. She generally enjoys her work as a healer, but I don't think she enjoyed that. Well, looks can be deceiving. I'll be honest. When I think of Meridia and the other Daedric lords, they don't even come close to being similar. Not all Daedra are evil, and Meridia is certainly not. But truthfully, I'm just happy that I found a group of people who hold my ideals. Alara has done a lot for me, cared for me in my darkest moments, and the Order certainly shares my hatred for the undead. I'm never going to be the most spiritual follower, but I do this with my chosen family at my back, and there's nowhere else I'd rather be. You lead, I'll follow.
There are very few places in Skyrim.
Spiced wine, the taste of home and hearth.
My father wanted me to follow in his footsteps as a hunter, but I set my aspirations a bit higher. He never complained. I missed him.
Back away from me, cur.
I will fuck Well, that's that. I'm sure Meridia is pleased. Not that she'll tell us. Let's get out of here. Don't worry, I'll vouch for you. Stopping in a deceiver? I wouldn't complain. It could be a good opportunity for a chat.
Las Ganir!
We should return to Alara. That's a good question. Have you ever been to Cyrodiil? Well, truthfully, you're not missing much. Most of it was ransacked by the Thalmor during the Great War. During the Oblivion Crisis, one of my family members, a warrior named Velwyn, purged the family home of ghosts roaming the crypt underneath. I know it worked on my mother. She tried to follow in her father's footsteps. She was cut down by skeletons. Thank you, but I've moved on. I just wished my father could have. He was never the same after she died. He passed away shortly after she did. Do you believe in heartbreak? I agree. I think that's what killed my father. I shouldn't
When I
dwell
was
on
young,
it.
I journeyed
I
with
suppose
my father
life
on
is for the
hunting
alive.
expeditions into Morrowind. The cliff racers made for
You lead,
excellent sport.
I'll follow.
You there. A master of death does not simply die, but you will. Rise, my minions. Rise and serve me in death.
The High Priestess is an inspiration to me. As an acolyte of Meridia's order, I honor Our Lady by keeping her sanctum clean and well fed. Our Lady rewards hard work, loyalty, and servitude to her legacy, a role many here in Skyrim would do well to consider. To think, just months
People
ago
say
I was in the
Skyrim
gutter
is
of
one of the
Riften
most
begging for
dangerous
skooma
places
from
in
lowlifes and
Tamriel.
brigands.
I think they're wrong.
High Priestess
It's
Alara saved me from the
magnificent,
streets.
and I'm proud
I
to
believe
follow.
Meridia's light of righteousness can save all from their perils and destitution. As thanks, I worship and study Meridia, so that I may better understand her and her wishes for myself and her great order. Should you wish to better understand Meridia, I would be glad to oblige. Perhaps I could even share a tome or two. Farewell.
Do you bring news, champion?
I'm itching for a fight. Such a shame. I thought we were
are
getting
the
along so well.
instruments of Our Lady Meridia.
I'll head back to
Our
Riften if you
paladins
should
have
have
ruled
second
profane
thoughts.
darkness
Places
wherever
in
it can
Skyrim
be
where
found.
you can feel truly safe. I hope you can find us to be one of them.
Being the dead, it pleases me to hear this, champion. Marith?
It's true. The necromancer is as dead as the creatures they raise.
Excellent. I'm glad to know I can count on you, champion. I suppose it's time I tell you why I need your help. We're traveling, champion. Gather what you need and speak with me when you're ready.
I know the others might appear self-righteous, but please don't judge them too harshly. They feel it's what Meridia expects of them.
Are you ready? We're traveling to the Shrine of Meridia. It's not far. I'll need to speak with you when we get there, away from open airs. I'll lead the way. Archpaladin Larison, I'm traveling. You're in charge.
Yes, High Priestess. Shall I provide you with an escort?
I'm sure the champion is all I need, Larison. I'd rather not delay, if it's all the same to you.
I don't much like taking orders from an elf, but Larison's honesty and passion makes him a worthy arch-paladin.
No need to stop. We can talk along the way. The statue isn't too far, though I'm sure you know that. I hope we don't encounter too many beasts along the way. I don't get out of Sanctum enough. The whole Skyrim thing moves. As always.
A fine day to you, friend. May you die with a sword in your hands.
I admit, sometimes I wonder if Meridia even knows what is going on down here. The war, dragons. I suppose it's insignificant from her realm. When I was young, I would travel with the dog from the family mill up to Solitude. Skyrim felt safer then. I knew I heard something. I'd rather too. Here we go. I think it's over finally. Still, I suppose I couldn't see the evils of the world the way I do now. Do you ever wish you could go back to your childhood? No need to stop. We can talk along the way. Not that I'm ungrateful for the life I live. I chose it for a reason. My faith has just been shaken as of late. I don't mean shaken. What I really mean is, well, Meridia hasn't been as attentive as she used to be. I'm oversharing. Sorry, champion. It's nice to travel with someone outside the confines of our sanctum. We haven't inducted an acolyte into our order for some time. No need to stop. We can talk along the way. Well, here we are. Listen, I can't trust you, can I? Yes, I know, you're right. I don't know if any of the others have mentioned it, but Meridia hasn't spoken to us in some time. Months ago, we would hold regular communications with Our Lady. She would give us guidance and command us. But no longer. Years ago, when I first became devout to Meridia, she gave me the ability to see things before they happened. This ability has been essential to our survival and has guided me in leading Meridia's order. Without it, I feel lost. I'm hoping with her newly appointed champion here, Meridia will change her mind and speak to me like she used to. To summon Meridia, all you need is something from the corpse of an undead creature. Don't worry, I've already got that part covered. I'll attempt to commune with her. You just stay close. Meridia, Lady of Life and Infinite Energies, I stand here as your humble servant with your newly appointed champion. Please, at your shrine, speak to me and offer me guidance, great lady. We eagerly await your word and your order. We need your protection, your benevolence, your wisdom, to prevent the injustices in this world. Please, Lady Meridia. Please. Well, that... When you call on Meridia, she's not compelled to answer. If she doesn't want to answer me, then there is a reason. I think it's time I make it clear to the others that I've lost Meridia's guidance. I would appreciate it if you would accompany me on the way back. Wait, what was that noise? We can't... Here we go. What a disgrace. Keeper, what a disgrace. No, though. It's not uncommon for necromancers to attack followers of Meridia, but to attack this shrine? A sacred place of worship? What a foul deed. Do me a favor. Would you search the bodies for any evidence as to why they may have attacked? I don't wish to sully my hands with their filth. Walk in Meridia's light. Have you found any? Let's take a look. It seems these necromancers are planning something big. Let me think about this. I think I might have a plan to find out what they're up to. Speak with me again at the sanctum. I'm too old for this. Speak with me at the sanctum. I need time to think. Speak with me at the sanctum. Time to think. What can I do for you? Yes, but they're usually not organized like this. They tend to be random attacks when we travel the streets. Members of the Order will defend themselves, but I will always spare lives when I can, and teach them the errors of their ways. Garen, for example. You should speak to Garen if you haven't already. His presence reminds me of why I live this life. They're not something I take lightly. Sometimes the images are painful to see. I have visions of things that could be, always the most dire outcome. I have foresight into the future of my friends, family. Do you know how much it burns to see your loved ones die over and over again? I suppose it's a small price to pay to prevent potential eventualities. Meridia sends these images to me in my sleep, but now my dreams are empty. I haven't quite worked out the entire plan yet. I'm working on a way to find out as much as we can about those necromancers. In fact, I might have an idea about what could help us in the fight against them. Years ago, we held a powerful artifact that helped us in our fight against necromancers and wielders of magic. The stuff is called Summoner's Demise, and has the ability to drain wizards' magicka, preventing them from casting incantations, but it was stolen. A wood elf named Findar came to us seeking refuge from a group of conjurers, and we took him in. He repaid us by eating all of our food and stealing from us. Amongst the items he stole was Summoner's Demise. Find the stuff, champion. Well, the only person who knows its location now is Findar, and I have no idea where he is. Try speaking to the others. They might know where he's ended up.
Asgard, my friend. Did you manage to locate the witch's lair?
Aye, that I did. No need to concern yourself with it. They're already dead.
One day, you're going to regret being so foolhardy.
Perhaps one day. But not today, my friend.
Or any day soon, I hope. This place would be dull without your stories.
And here I was thinking my tales were going unwanted. Just wait until I tell you the one about the orc monk from my war days.
Over some ale later, my fair paladin.
Champion, do you mind if I ask you something? Don't mistake me. I have the utmost respect for Meridia. But sometimes I feel as though she has a bad...
I'm a glorified cleaner. You probably want to be speaking with one of the paladins.
Sorry. I'm letting my frustrations get the better of me. Remember, Una, Alara teaches us patience, kindness, and to follow Meridia's benevolence. I have no idea who that is. Sorry.
Keep yourself safe.
Champion, do you mind if I ask you something? Forgive me, I forgot to introduce myself. I'm Una, acolyte of Meridia's order. I just wanted to know, why did you do it? Help Meridia. That's very noble of you. I could see why she chose you to be her champion. Though it leaves me to wonder why she did not ask one of us to purge her temple. I don't know if you've heard from the others, but Meridia has not spoken to us in some time now. It's concerning for us all. Anyway, I won't waste any more of your time. I appreciate you answering my question. I'll see you around.
I know that Our Lady has many things on which to focus. But how can the others follow so blindly when Meridia hasn't spoken?
One of my favorite duties is... Champion, please don't tell me you're going after him. Whatever your reasons are for doing so, I hope they're good. He's a worm. Apologies, but I don't know where he is, and I wouldn't care to look for him either. Keep yourself
Champion?
safe.
I'm not sure where you can find him, but I do know where you can find his mother, though we shouldn't expect a friendly reception. She lives in a shack close by to Solitude. Maybe she can point you in his direction. Now that I think about it, I'm going to come with you. If you're going after Findar, you could probably use some backup. He's a bit of a snake. I hope this all ends up being worth it. I had to accompany him back to her a couple of times. She always seemed miserable. Probably because he kept asking for gold. If someone kept taking all my coin, I'd probably be unhappy too. Not as much as I should be able to. I know he stole a lot from us and that it upset Alara. Worse than I've ever seen. I think she struggled to trust Stranger Sense. Findar is probably one of the reasons she's so guarded these days. Let's go and find this Findar fool.
What? I am uncertain of Meridia's thoughts on my services in Kinnereth's temple. Her light of certitude guides my efforts. A single candle can banish the darkness of the entire void. I make it my duty to be that candle.
If I didn't know any better, I'd say you were doing that on purpose.
I don't much like taking orders from an elf, but Laris' honesty and passion makes him a worthy art.
Help you. Just because I live on my own out here, don't think of me as a defenseless old woman. Yes, though Solitude isn't far, so it's not terribly remote. Occasionally my son will visit when he's not in jail. Findar, what do you know of him? Ha! In danger from me beating his sorry hide, maybe. That fetcher has himself locked up in a jail cell in Whiterun. You can find your friend there. Now I can get back to my reading.
For a dragon to attack Kyne's Grove. Why? Why there? Is no place safe?
You're the one casts those illusions. Impressive.
It was you, wasn't it?
Did you want
I
the
should have
one
known better.
I've only
Now
recently
look at
had?
me.
Well, what is it then? No, let me guess. It was look. Let's make a deal. And well, I've already stolen a key from one of the guards. That's boring, but I'll wait here. Obviously.
Rorikstead's a nice enough little hamlet, but a boring posting for a
Oh,
guard.
so you want a little
If a
scuffle
dragon
then?
attacks, well, then it'll be a different story.
Excellent. Meet me at my mother's house, just outside
Or otherwise,
Solitude.
this will have been a waste of time.
Hey, watch what you want, huh? Hey, watch what you're doing! Those fools are actually fighting! Hey, watch what you're doing! Those fools are actually fighting! I'm going to put you down! This is what you want, huh? You can't win this!
My money's on the big one.
Yeah! That's all you've got! Hurrah! Hurrah!
This what you want, huh?
My cousin's out fighting
Oh,
dragons, and
great.
what do I get? Guard duty.
Well, that wasn't part of the plan.
If it isn't the slayer of the Glenmoral witches.
I can't
can I
say I'm
assist
not
you,
glad to see the back of him. It's probably what he deserved. We could try talking to his mother. It's unlikely, but she may know something. Keep yourself safe.
It's not true what they say about you and the Dark Brotherhood, is it?
Can I help you? Well, what now? He's dead? I always told him that these schemes of his would be the death of him. You came all the way here just to tell me that? The thing he stole from those worshipper fools? Oh, he sold the thing ages ago. To some wizard in a crypt by Riften, from what I can remember. Now, off you go. I have things to attend to.
So, that's why nobody is very fond of Findar. And here I was thinking we'd be able to go at least one day without...
I'll kill you!
A creepy tomb, certainly filled with Draugr. Excellent. What was that? Here we go! I'd run off too. Just trying to work out whether I'd prefer this place to be full of bandits or a Draugr. Bandits win, but only by a tiny margin. Either way, let's try to make it quick.
Las Canillas!
What was that?
Las Canillas!
Jaw over there. Ooh, an artifact. Hopefully it doesn't have any curses or hexes attached to it. Only one way to find out!
Let's get going. Lead on then.
There's someone there.
I think I heard something.
Over here!
Hopefully that's all over with. Well, this is cozy. Maybe we should trade our lives above ground for this homely crypt. Absolutely joking before you get any ideas. Is seeing ghosts a common thing for you, or is this just a coincidence?
Does someone...
What was that?
What a lovely surprise that it's not filled to the brim with Draugr, but bandits instead.
We've stopped. What
it
is it?
must be our lucky day.
Lead on then. What wondrous things lie beyond this door? It's not as shiny as I remember.
Knowing our luck, it's probably had a... If only that bar had been lifted in the first place.
Don't mistake me. I have the utmost respect for Meridia. I know that Our Lady has...
I am but a humble alkalite. You probably want the High Priestess.
You worry too much, Larson.
My deepest respects, High Priestess. But this isn't a simple purging mission. This is deep infiltration. It will be very dangerous.
We both know you and I did things just as outlandish as this back in the day.
I suppose I can't disagree. Do you remember the time we had to search the whole of the North, all whilst dressed in those terrible pilgrim disguises? We weren't fooling anyone, though back then, we were but humble acolytes, desperate to impress the High Priest.
Don't remind me. You know, I used to offer to polish his boots thinking it would gain his respect. If only I knew how wrong I was.
I wouldn't worry. I used to clean his robes on a regular basis. Gods be praised that time has come to an end.
Welcome back, champion. Were you successful?
You are welcome here, so as long
So
as you
you
adhere
do.
to the benevolence of
I
Meridia
won't ask
and
what you had
respect
to
the
go
High
through to get it.
Priestess.
That elf has always been tricky. Well, I think you had best hang on to it. You're going to need it for what you're doing next. Myself and Larson have just been working on the plan. In fact, he's spearheading this operation. Speak with him, champion. Farewell.
Greetings.
Champion?
Good, you're back. Let's get to... I do indeed. It's rather extensive, so I need you to listen closely. In order to destroy these necromancers, we need to learn about them. More specifically, what they're planning. As you've noticed, they become bolder, and there must be a reason. The letter you found suggests a plot. We just need to find out what it is. From what we see, multiple necromancer groups have joined together. They have been sighted holding meetings across Skyrim. One of these groups we recognize as the Dark Dawn. We want you to infiltrate the group and learn what you can. Luckily for you, whilst you were dealing with that Findar fool, I arranged for you to meet their recruiter. They are openly recruiting. Well, as openly as a group of necromancers can recruit. I expect they'll want you to prove yourself worthy in some way. Whatever it is, I recommend you just do it. Sometimes it is necessary to sacrifice your morals for the greater good. Once there, hopefully you will be invited to join them, and given the location of their hideout. Once you're inside, it's all up to you. Do whatever you can to find out what they are planning, but let me be clear, this is not a purging mission. I expect you'll find them more useful alive. And that being said, if you are compromised, I expect you to do what you must. You're meeting their recruiter, a Deep Moon Lookout. Your name is Remedi. Unless there are any questions, I suggest you be on your way.
Looks like we're parting ways for now. My advice? Getting
Given
them
that we
to the
don't
leader,
know
and you'll
what they're
find out
planning,
everything you need to know.
that's a somewhat difficult
and
question.
Try not to die. I'm just
If you've
starting to
ever
like
met a mage who has mastered, created, or discovered anything they consider to be impressive, then you know their tongues flap loosely. Gain their trust. Better yet, make them indebted to you. That's when you ask them the questions. Remember, your name is Remedi. Forget that, and you could leave yourself exposed.
Need something?
What can I do for you? What can I do for you?
There are very few places in Skyrim where you can feel truly safe.
Are you Remedi? Finally, I hate being in this part of Skyrim, so you want to join the Dark Dawn. A man of few words, huh? Good. Well, it looks like you need to take part in the initiation. Well, we've brought a friend to meet you. She was a little shy at first, but I think she's really taken to the idea of getting to know you. Kill her. Then we'll talk about you joining the Dark Dawn.
Human are disgusting. Just let me go home.
Believe me, we'll all much happier if you shut your mouth. Your death will serve a higher purpose, girl.
You're vile. Please.
Well, we're waiting. Nicely. I'd like to formally invite you to join the Dark Dawn. We're in the midst of a big operation, and I think we could use a ruthless character like you. There's plenty of time to find out about that. Our sanctuary is next to Ranvig's Fast. I'll mark it on your map. When you arrive, speak with Talani the High Elf. She's a bit of a gossip if you ask me, but she'll tell you everything you need to know.
must be the new recruit. My name's Talani. I'm responsible for giving our new members the briefing. What to do, where not to go, oh, and to give you your robes. Now, as far as what to do, there isn't much at the moment. Rishi is our leader. I suppose you could try talking to him. As for where not to go, do not, I repeat, do not go into Rishi's bedroom. He's very protective over it. Not that I'm sure why. Well, it's not like you could get in there anyway. He's the only one with the key. I think he has important papers from other necromancer groups. Here's your robes and your key to the sanctuary. If you hear any exciting gossip, you come straight back to me. The Thelm... I'm not exactly sure what he's keeping in there, but I know he's very secretive about it. I knocked on his door once, and I thought he was going to ignite me. I'm guessing he's keeping important communications between us and the other necromancers. Secret plans, maybe? Well, I'd certainly like to know. Take my advice. Stay away from Rishi's.
Another new acolyte. Well, I hope you're a worthier inductee. Parenthal Talani.
Perhaps you could help me with something? One of the most important things in a group like the Dark Dawn is trust. It is paramount in our collaborative work. I find it difficult to trust someone who steals my supplies. Anviril. He has stolen my alembic and pretends that he hasn't. I've approached him directly about it, but he just makes an excuse and walks away. If you could talk to him and get me my alembic back, I'd be in your debt. If you're looking for our deepest, darkest secrets, hold your horses. You just got to the game. Perhaps when we get to know each other better, we can tell each other our childhood traumas and the reasons we take pleasure in raising the dead. Keep your wits about you with Anviril. He's a crafty one.
Good.
Let me know the instant you've spoken to Anviril.
Ah, you've come to... No, my friend. Brithar is far too simple to even know how to use one of those. You must be mistaken. If any of us were to do the right thing, we wouldn't be here. But fine, here you are. You may look to align yourself with one stronger than Brithar. Academically speaking, she is the weakest of us. Truly, it was a pleasure. No, really. You've chosen to ally with Brithar. Strong-willed? Of course. Talented? Perhaps. Engaging, academically powerful?
I trust you succeeded with Excellent. I struggle to understand why he feels an incessant need to do everything the hard way. Perhaps you could do something else for me. Although I have a fascination for magic and the unnatural, my true passion is for alchemy. If you could fetch me some nightshade, I would be most grateful. Let me know the moment you find some nightshade.
I hope you... Well, I suppose there is one thing you might be able to help me with. Tell me, are you married? I understand that point of view, but I don't share it. I've spent the younger years of my life exploring necromancy. Whilst I'm happy to do so, I think I want something more. Yes, indeed. Lani, there's something about elven women. If you could get me an amulet of Mara, I'd appreciate it. Excellent. You have done me a great service, friend. I believe it's time to speak with Talani. Talani, how are you?
Fine. What can I do for you, Perinth? I have a lot on my mind today.
You've probably noticed I'm wearing an amulet of Mara.
Yes, I had noticed that. I'm choosing to ignore it.
Talani, would you like to marry me?
Gods, no. I mean, no. Well, no. Look, Perinth, you're quite lovely, but Apologies, Perinth. I think I hear someone calling my name. We'll talk later. I don't know that it was you who gave Perinth the amulet.
will fall for me.
I don't
I'll
know
make
what
sure
game you're playing, but I don't like it.
Thank you for doing this for me, friend. I'll be honest, I don't like the groups we're allied with. I understand there is strength in numbers, but I sometimes feel like a pawn of the malevolent. The worst bit is, I know they're planning something big, but no one will tell me what.
If
Farewell,
you hear any
fellow
exciting
acolyte.
gossip, you come straight back to me.
It's amusing that you're making her foreign. I find, although we are the smallest of the groups we ally ourselves with, that doesn't mean we're the least powerful. The Necromancer Union is bound by a strict set of rules that often prevents them from going far enough to achieve true power. You'll find no such rules here. Let me know the moment you find some nightshade. I find Solitude to be a good hunting ground for nightshade. Perhaps you could check there?
Greeting. She was right to do so. Welcome to the Dark Dawn, my child. I am Rishi, master of this sanctuary. You've joined us at an excellent time. Along with the other groups we are aligned with, we are in the midst of gaining an immense power. It is good to see one so eager. You are sure to go far. My good friend Malfier would have been impressed. Regrettably, he is no longer with us. Cut down in solitude. This is why we seek to gain power and strike fear in those who belong below us. There is a task you could complete for me. It would be a sure way to display your skill and devotion. I'm sure our affiliates would be impressed. There is a member of the Jarl's court in Markarth petitioning with the other holds to put a tighter grip on necromancy and those who practice it. Moons ago, the Malevolent attacked Markarth in order to announce their presence in Skyrim. Whilst others were sure it was a forsworn conspiracy, Idina of the court saw it for what it was. Now she wants us gone. Naturally, we would welcome the challenge of a worthless highborn, but being at such a critical stage in our plans, we cannot afford any delays. Kill this blasphemer for us, and bring glory to the Dark Dawn. Indeed, there are 3 groups aligned across Skyrim, all with the intention of maximizing our power. The Malevolent and the Necromancer Union were initially at odds with each other, as 2 of the largest Necromancer groups in all of Tamriel. They came to realize that there is strength in numbers, and we slipped ourselves in along the way. We sit comfortably, knowing that all who trifle with us will meet the full extent of the Alliance's power. I wish you well, Acolyte.
I find Solitude to be a good hunting ground for nightshade. Perhaps you could check there.
Arinth is one of our newer acolytes. I'm certain you can learn much from each other.
If you find my collection of death bells, then you'll be sorely disappointed. Even I know where. That is.
Welcome to Markarth, traveler. If you require anything, speak with myself or one of the Jarl's court. It is the response. I'm really in no mood for jokes, traveler. I see that depth in your eyes. You're serious. Who is behind the order of my death? They are scum. I will double my efforts to wipe them out. But for now, I will keep a low profile. You have done a good thing for me, traveler. Please accept this as a token of my gratitude.
I'm Gore's assistant. I help her with the forge.
May your weapons be sharp, and your prey.
Get your fresh fruit and produce here.
None will fall. I'll make sure of it.
That's not right.
I don't know that it was you who gave Parinth the amulet.
Parinth is one of our newer
game you're
acolytes.
playing,
I'm
but I
certain
don't
it's
like
and learn
Music
much from each other.
Wonderful. Now perhaps I can get back to work. One of the greatest aspects of alchemy is the devastating damage it can inflict upon a mortal being. However, it is important to explore all aspects of an art form if one is to enhance their experience and understanding completely. Unfortunately, I appear to have misplaced my ingredients used to create potions with positive effects. Very difficult to come by in a place like this. If you could find my supplies, I would consider it to be a personal favor, and you would be a true friend. I do not feel that the people here take our... Many of us owe the freedom to practice our arts to Rishi, and it is our duty to repay him. If only Talani realized that. My wheat collection has gone missing. Either I left it somewhere, or someone stole it. It doesn't matter, but it should be around here somewhere.
I wish you
My
well,
supplies are kept in a basket. You would think it wouldn't be hard to miss.
The Thalmor
Well,
talk of home.
excellent work, child.
They wouldn't know true
With
power
her
if it crawled
death,
up their
we
arse.
delay an attack by the officials of Skyrim. Now, get yourself some rest. I have arranged a bed for you in the dormitory. Be sure to introduce yourself to your new brothers and sisters.
Where do
There is one in particular who is looking forward to meeting you. What was her name? Marith, from what I can remember. She must have heard about your various exploits across Tamriel. Now, take this for a job well done.
Skeletons are for display mostly. They're about as brittle as, well, very old bones.
Greetings, fellow acolyte. I could use your assistance.
We've
if you
stopped.
would care
What
to
is it?
Follow me.
Let's go.
Follow me, fellow acolyte. How are you finding things here? It's great to be around such power, isn't it? Well, this isn't creepy at all. Well, I couldn't leave you here on your own, could I? Have you found anything out yet? They seem like a secretive bunch. I'll see what I can get out of them. Anyway, we'd better not spend too much time down here. They'll get suspicious. Rest assured, if this all goes awry, I've got your back. Keep your voice down! Are you sure you're ready to burn our bridges? Just say the word.
I don't know that it was you who gave Perrin the amulet. I don't know what game you're playing, but I don't like it.
I hope you have introduced yourself to everyone. Well, aren't we the eager one? I need someone I can trust to deliver a letter to my good friend Fire. There will be a member of the Malevolent waiting in Winterhold for you to arrive. Give them the sealed letter. Please do not open it. The contents are private. Travel safe, my child. Fire is the leader of the Malevolent, the largest of the necromancer groups within the Alliance. She is a bold and powerful leader. If you meet her, be respectful. But don't be afraid to show your desire to progress within the Alliance. I wish you well, Acolyte.
Straight back to me.
Excellent. My mistress will be quite pleased. Now I can get out of this freezing, pathetic excuse for a city. Molag Bal preserve you, Dark Dawn Acolyte. I can only assume you're joking. You must have at least heard of fear. Every necromancer on this half of the world has heard about her deeds. Fear is darkness personified. A woman so callous and cruel that she makes the Wolf Queen appear tame. She is powerful, vicious, and savage. She is an inspiration. Yes, allow me to bullet point each stage of the plan. I'm sure that it's essential that a lowly-ranking member of the Dark Dawn know every detail. That's the problem with you Dark Dawn debacles. You don't know your place. You don't seem like the ambitious type, but I will give you an insight. You wish to impress Fear. Look to Molag Bal's history, particularly his Children of Cold Harbor. I hope you catch my meaning, Acolyte. I will say no more.
Greetings, Acolyte.
Las Canillas!
Parenth is one. I had high hopes for you, Acolyte, but I have received word from my contacts that you have not been true to your word. It seems a certain Markarth court member is residing in Dawnstar. You are such a disappointment. I will give you 10 seconds to vacate this sanctuary, or we will destroy you. 1, 2, 3...
Who's that?
Be careful.
Where did I leave that?
Who dares attack this sanctuary? I will return.
Greetings, Acolyte. I trust the day is treating you well, fellow necromancer.
Come here!
I've got your back.
Hey, watch it!
Good, you're back. The necromancers got up the nerve to attack the sanctum. We got most of them, but you should... Inside. Speak to Alara. I'm sure she could use some good news. Myself, Una, and Gary will stay here and keep looking.
I think it's time we really teach those necromancers a lesson.
It's not as bad as it looks.
Now is not the time, champion. Speak with the High Priestess.
What's the hurry?
I could really use some good necromancers. They attacked us. They killed Carice. This is all my fault. I promised I'd protect her. I'm sworn to protect them all. Well, keep yourself safe.
What happened to you? Karis! No!
Champion, this is a sad time, but I appreciate everything you're doing for us. I'm sure you went to great lengths to secure this information. Truthfully, I'm not sure where to start right now, but I'm certain we must give Carice a proper funeral.
Not as bad as it looks.
Please, leave me for the moment.
Karis! I don't know what to say. Thank you, but it's Alara I feel for. She was like a daughter to her. Gods, this must be horrible for her. To relive an experience like this? Alara lost her real daughter a long time ago. This must bring up such terrible memories. How could Meridia have allowed this to happen? I suppose you're right. After all, how much influence can the Daedra really have on our world? Excuse me, my friend. I think I need to spend some time alone.
It's not as bad as it looks.
I wish to speak with you about a matter of high importance.
Alara. I'm sorry.
We must... Yes. I must be transparent with you. The safety of this order is my priority over all else. The work we do here is secondary. Important, but secondary. Our safety must come first. Do you agree, champion? I'm glad you agree. After all, there will be no one left to continue our work should we perish. I must ask for your assistance. The malevolent know where we are, and so we are all in danger. It is time we relocate to form another sanctum. Many years ago in my youth, when I was training as a priest of Kinnereth, the other acolytes and I stumbled across an old fort, completely deserted. It is well secluded in the far end of the rift, and being on the other side of Skyrim would be most unexpected by these necromancers. If you could travel to this fort and ensure it is safe, I will make the case to High Priestess Alara that moving there is the safest option. Now, hasten to Fort Justice, champion. Our very lives may depend on it. Some old bones, maybe. I've always known it to be empty. The most you should expect to do is clear some skeevers nesting there.
Yes, I would. It's not often that I'll say no to being attacked by possible bandits, spiders, wolves, and skeevers, but... not this time, my friend. I promise we'll travel soon, though. You need me to watch that back of yours. Keep yourself safe.
It's not as bad as it looks.
What can I do for you? Need something?
Huh?
Welcome. We haven't yet had the pleasure. I am Fire, Dark Master of the Malevolent. You have hindered me, Champion of Meridia. Your infiltration of the Dark Dawn was impressive. Idiotic, but impressive. However, I should be thanking you. If Rishi is stupid enough to allow an infiltrator into his midst, then his destruction was warranted. Congratulations on besting a master of vampiric necromancy. Very impressive indeed. I assure you, within the Malevolent there is no mercy. As such, you will find none from me. I can't very well allow you and your friends at the Order to run rampant and ruin all this hard work. When we raise Lamé, none shall stand to oppose us. Least of all you and your pitiful Order. Years of my life were spent watching petulant nobles trampling over those who did their dirty work. Too pompous to sully their own hands with our filth. Well, now I hold the power. They will suffer for their ignorance, and so will you. I hope we do not cross paths again.
Anybody there?
Mind yourself.
You're back. Necromancers. What in Meridia's name were they doing there? I'm sorry, champion. I sent you there in the interest of safety, not to put your own life at risk. At least now we should have somewhere safe to reside until this business is all over. Come along. Alara is about to begin.
We're gathered here on the sacred grounds of Meridia's site for a very sad and solemn occasion.
Now is not the time for talk.
Today, we say goodbye.
Please, champion, mourn with us.
Now is not the time for talk.
Altara, a selfless.
Please, champion, mourn with us.
Now is not the time for
More
talk.
than that, she was our friend, and like a daughter to me. It is with sadness that we bid her farewell. But her death will not be in vain, for her death will spark our fire that purges Naroth's plague. Befitting of a high priestess of Meridia, I will now perform the ritual of passing, so that Carice may rest the way Our Lady wishes her to. For we know there's nothing Meridia would despise more than for her servant to raise against her in death. How dare you trespass here?
Damn wizards. They'll pay for this.
It's always good to fight at your side, friend.
These necromancers will suffer for their treachery. leave the center, initiate motive that is highly irregular.
It's always good to fight at your side.
Given the circumstances, we must protect ourselves. I know the perfect time for justice on the other side of Skyrim.
You're right, Motive. I trust you. Lead us. Champion, meet us at Fort Justice. We have things we must discuss.
Your hard work will pay off, champion.
Another adventure, I suppose.
I hope we don't run into any trouble along the way.
I don't trust this.